Hey guys, very, very exciting. Eventually it's arrived. We're sitting here in the front end of the Grenadier. We were privileged to get invited to the South African launch, so we are getting a sneak peek, and Ricardo is going to take us for a little bit of a tour in it, see that the wheels do actually turn, because the rumors are still flying around, we're not sure. No, so we're going to just get out there and just understand a little bit more about the car, and gives us our first actual opportunity to see if we would possibly be able to cut off a roof, pull out a window, just kind of get a feel of some of the things that we can do to make this vehicle ready to hit the big outdoors and go on adventures and the like. So yeah, take it away, Ricardo. We're very excited.
Yeah,
man.
Thank you so much. So today we spoke about introducing the auxiliary switches. So the entire console on top is just a 4x3. So we have auxiliary switches with the harnesses already in place. So for Alu-Cab it would be so much easier. Instead of running wires, we'll just plug in a winch, for example, in the front, connect it up to the plug that's already in the loom, and then have a switch available. So time is definitely improving the capabilities of the vehicle. On top here we also have the front and rear diff locks, which can be activated. We have hill descent and traction control, and then of course we have the interior lights. But all the 4x4 operations happens in the top console itself.
So I want to say something about that, because for example, we just drove past our new Defender in the parking area here, and that car, we're kind of scared to touch anything on the loom there because there's very little facility available to you there, and so you've got to be so cautious. You can't really do much without that opportunity. So for me, that's a fantastic thing to hear, because it's kind of like you guys are really thinking along the lines of what people would probably be looking for. On top of that, I mean, this is like little boys things here. I mean, like, who doesn't want switches on the roof? You know, I mean, everything that I ever wanted to design is I'd love to put little switches that you can play with and stick it and jab it and get it. So that's very exciting. I do have some concerns about how on earth we're going to cut the roof off, but with working with your engineers, I'm sure we'll find a way to make a hole or two through the roof here.
Yes, thank you. The harness is quite simple. The harness is a straight into the pillar, only in the front. So it runs down the side of the pillar. Everything above us, from the control module to the back, is empty.
Oh wow!
So that makes life so much easier for a roof
sounds like they were thinking about Alu-Cab when they did that.
I think they were. I think they were. And then also the touchscreen, as we showed you earlier on, it shows you the tilt angles, gives you the tire pressure monitoring.
Oh, lovely! That's a nice
control
display.
Temperature. It's a full touchscreen. If you don't have the touchscreen, we can also use the center console knob over here.
Okay, so it controls from both.
Yeah, and we'll get to the suspension later, but for now we'll just go through here. The vehicle does have the ability to, the vehicle that traveled before me can send me his track record to me, and I will follow his path.
Oh, wow, that's brilliant.
So vehicle to vehicle, the information on the navigation can be sent to me.
Okay,
so I don't have to miss a boulder or miss a turn off, so I can get to him.
So instead of having to do the normal wait for the dust to settle, because sometimes you don't want to be riding straight on someone's butt, and they may have taken the turn already and you wouldn't know, and so it is quite convenient to have that type of option. So yeah, that's good power, right?
At the moment we're only driving this little hill here with normal drive mode, no low range in any sort.
Okay.
As you can see, it's just climbing nice and easy.
Beautiful. Yeah.
The comfort with inside, the sound is not feeding back to me.
Yeah.
Where we will have noise and dog rattles and creaks.
It's actually, one didn't even realize you're really running a diesel motor. You know, it's nice.
Excessively quiet.
Yeah. And then it's you can obviously shift on the lever as well if you want to.
To manual? Yes, you can. If we move it far over to the left hand side, then we'll automatically go into manual.
Okay, right.
We'll be able to shift and change whatever we need to do.
Okay, so nice.
That's first gear.
And then sort of all your radio controls and everything will be on the steering.
On the steering.
Cruise control going to be available?
Cruise control is available.
Okay,
yes.
good.
Apple iPlay.
Yeah, great.
We'll be able to look. Auxiliary ports are in the center.
Okay,
there will also be a lockable storage box which will come up about.
Okay, yeah, also to sort of arm level, that type of thing,
and
to make for comfort. Oh, lovely.
So you can put your 6-pack Coke in there.
Yeah, got you.
Let's use it as Coke.
Yep.
These little tools is just for prototypes.
Of course, yeah.
For now, for safety reasons.
I gathered as such, yeah.
And then of course the option is the Safari windows.
Okay.
Which XX5 has.
I'm not interested in those because we're going to cut the roof out there anyway. So.
and with a load capacity of 3.5 ton,
Okay.
we should be able to add on lots of extras. The vehicle does come out with outside utility rails,
Okay.
which can take a load capacity of 100 kilograms each on per rail.
So that's on the cargo rails. Do you get sort of lock-on fittings that will lock into that?
I hooks, which the engineering team will have designed already here.
Okay.
And there's nothing better than seeing the excitement on everybody's faces.
No, I'm sure it's fun because I mean, you guys have been a long journey anyway. I mean, how long have we been talking, or has been the hype been going?
August last year.
August last year. Okay, it feels longer actually. Yeah, and there's so much hype. I mean, all my distributors and dealers around the world are all, I wish we were with you and going to see. And luckily, our Americans saw you guys at SEMA, so they had the luxury of seeing it before us. And yeah, everyone's kind of waiting their turn when this kind of your roadshow moves to the next point, you know.
For sure.
Okay.
Here we are. That's the Grenadier.
Lovely.
Welcome.
Very nice.
To the Grenadier.
Very cool. Thank you. That was great.
You're welcome.
So check this in. Come in close, Jana, because we've got all the electronics sitting under the seat here, so that's super convenient, easily accessible. And I can see there's plenty space to add some more batteries on the other side. You could put a nice big lithium in on that side. So it takes out huge hassle factor, nicely positioned for your battery because you want to obviously just kind of level and even out the weight. So I really like that. And it makes access and working on it very convenient. So that's actually really cool to see. They really thought cleverly about that one. You can see already plenty opportunity. I can bolt things in here, we can do all sorts around here. That's going to be working, easy to work with. I see no hassle in that area. Sounds like the looms, as you said, are running down the side pillars. So in order to be able to work through the roof here, I don't see this being a problem. They run a nice big gutter down the side, so to get through the roof, I think we can do that quite easily. It's just whether people are brave enough. But we will be. We'll cut it off, so that looks nice. Yeah, and then of course you actually got quite a nice widened space here, and I'm sure there's lots of mount points that we can work off. So I think equipping this thing should be a doddle. I think there's lots we can do. Super excited. Can't wait to get our hands on one of these things. Hey everybody, I'm standing here with Tim Abbot, who is head of Region INEOS Automotive Region Africa, which is basically going to be one of the great testing grounds where this product and brand is really going to prove itself. So super excited because we had the privilege of being invited to kind of the South African launch, and in actual fact they've even put up a little mock-up, show them Jana, a little mock-up of the pub where the whole innovation began for them and the dream started, except that probably in the UK right now it's sitting at about 5 degrees and we're sitting at about 35 degrees here in South Africa. So fantastic, and we had a few drives around here today and super impressed. I'm really excited when we take delivery of our first car, and you just make sure that you have still got us on the front of the list there.
Of course,
we've already started looking for the cutting lines and the possible options of how to take windows out. It looks like it's going to actually be a doddle to start gearing it up and making it bush ready and comfortable. So yeah, we're excited, man. Tim,
yeah.
I mean, how do you feel?
Yeah, great. Well, look, I mean, this is one of the first 3 prototypes here in South Africa. This has just actually come down from Iceland, where it's been doing winter testing. So again, from -10 probably to +35. But what a vehicle, eh? But I know, Jeremy, you can't wait to get your hands on it.
Yeah,
I mean, if there's a car that's built for Africa, this is it. And so Jim Ratcliffe, I mean, that was his dream always, that this car could go to Namibia, go in the bush. I mean, this is the car, and it's built for Alu-Cab. Absolutely right for you guys to do the conversions.
In fact, I mean, obviously the same reason why I started building them was for the same reason that we were disappointed to see the old types of vehicles like this start to leave the marketplace. And we kind of stand there looking at the new modern vehicle and saying, what can we do? Wow, it's much more challenging. Certain cars we can't even touch the looms for fear of writing them off for us. You guys have done a lot of the work for us in areas like that, which I think will really make this nice for everybody. I mean, I looked at the battery system under the seats. And I mean, it just says, wow. It's so accessible, it's convenient, it's perfectly thought out, and it's really nice to see, because that's what we're looking for. And I think a lot of people who want to overland, that's exactly what they're going to be looking for.